All right, good people of Cherokee County. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house. Dean,
How you doing, man?
what's going on today?
Not much. Cold, man. Cold.
It has been cool today, that is for sure.
Been cold the last couple of days.
It is. I'm working on some stuff here. I think I got it going here. Okay. All right. Now everybody's kind of got settled in here. All right, today, guys, welcome to Matt and Todd Show. We're going to be cutting out some bowl game picks here this evening, Dean.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're going to be talking about mostly, all the SEC games. We're going to be doing all of them. And we're going to pick some of our own kind of ones that we feel like are oddball picks of some bowl games that we like, some different matchups. It may not be an SEC team,
Yeah, there's some good matchups out there.
Yeah, I agree. We got a lot of good stuff out there this evening. I just have to say, first of all, we want to thank our sponsors. All right, let me work on this right here real quick. We'll turn this down. Still working on stuff here. It's YouTube, man. It's a different world. But anyway, all right. So, what should I quit saying? What's going on today with you?
Oh, nothing much. Just I just said too. Nothing. Just kind of relaxing today. We had 4 basketball games in the last 3 days. So I'm kind of wore out.
Yeah. Have you got some help?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I got good assistance.
That's good.
Played 4 games in 3 days is tough. Did that last week too. Especially if they're all close. One of them was a 2-point game. We lost. We won one by 5. We won one by 7 and lost the other one in overtime. So all 4, you can imagine sitting there on the bench and watching all that. It's just.
It had to be aggravating, I know.
It's stressful, to say the least.
Well, you're talking about basketball now. I went out to Sand Rock last week, caught them playing. They played 5, boys and girls, both won. It was a good game. The guys, we expected, they lost a few.
Right.
Sharp was, a big part of that.
He was, and the Ballinger.
And Cade, especially, being the point guard style, the guy, bringing the ball down, big part of that offense. They're going to just click right along, Dean. I don't see any.
They got a lot of height. They got the best shooter around anywhere.
St. Clair.
I mean,
yeah.
You better not leave him open.
No, he had a few other night too, and the girls, they have 6 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Garrett young lady, she had so many points that night. Had a great game.
She Henderson too, isn't she?
Yes, she went over 1,000, I think, and they had covered it, and had some rewards for her there. Had a record there for Sand Rock for the girls, so they're going to tie it up and be good. And I hadn't made it out of Spring Garden yet. They played.
Which we know they're good.
They played Gaston the other day, and Gaston's trying to build, and Johnny's down there trying to help.
Won some games this year.
Trying to get some things going. And I also went last night, seen Center play.
Mm-hmm.
They played Piedmont. Very admirable. Coming in the game, I've been over there to practice and seen Caleb and them and the guys practice. They got a good squad. They got a real constant bench.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, they'll play them a good game, and they did. I mean, it's about like what I thought it would have turned out. Yeah, the final, they let it get away from them there a little bit late.
Mm-hmm. Now, Piedmont's pretty good.
They are.
That guy that averages about 25 points.
They are. They come out shooting well, and Center did, and stayed up on them a lot of the game. And they just kind of let it get away from them there towards the end. That was basically all it was.
Right.
They didn't get some.
Center to have a pretty good year.
I think so. Yeah. Now they had lost to Jacksonville earlier, a couple of days before, back during the first end of last week. That Jacksonville team, the Twins, and they got a big kid out there. It's really, really good.
Very good.
Yes, very, very good.
I saw where Cedar Bluff started out 0-4, played a tough schedule.
I have.
But they won 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, I think 4 in a row.
4 in a row.
I've been up there and seen them at practice, seen Nathan, Coach, and they got a very good young team too. Also.
Yeah, I saw that. Finished second in the county.
Yes, got a lot of good kids on that team.
Center.
I don't even know.
I know Center's 8th grade team, which
Very
I don't know
good.
if they played in the tournament, didn't lose a ball game.
Very, very good. Very quality. And Cedar Bluff played Gilsville. Boys and girls both won. You know, I think as the year goes on, they start ironing some things out. You know, Bucky and Dylan and Cade and, of course, Connor.
Yeah, he's played good.
He had –
I saw where he had 14 one game.
he had several threes against Gilsville tonight.
Boy, he slimmed up, looking good.
Yes.
Where's the bandana?
Yeah.
Don't even look like the same person.
No, I know.
But
Bucky bringing it down and
Bucky's a
Dylan
good point.
coming in and out, and he's a big guy. He's hard to deal with in the middle. Cade comes in and plays good. McFry's had a good game.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He is.
What about the Adams kid? Is he doing good?
Well, I got to brag on Adams.
MJ.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Last year.
Yeah, I forgot about Michael's boy, yes.
Yes, he's
Yeah, really good. Good handler of the ball, good vision, passing. And I had to brag on Isaac Bishop, Mr. B's boy.
Yeah, tall.
Wow, he's growed, and he's getting it together. He's so darn tall, and his big feet and big hands, and he's growing, Dean. He's really you can just see the maturation of the game is slowing down for him. He's just a different player this year. I mean, he's getting up and being aggressive and getting in the lane there and getting rebounds, blocked a shot, you know.
Yeah, that Tucker boy's good, too.
Yeah, he got to come in and play some.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good team.
I think they'll be all right.
That region play that they're going to be in, it's going to be – I think they'll be fine.
I think so. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a tough schedule. And you're going to take some losses, but it makes you better in the end.
Yeah.
You know. When you play bigger schools.
At Sandrock and Spring Garden, the girls too. We got to brag on them.
Yeah, Spring Garden girls.
That's going to be they're going to have a throwdown. They're really gonna do it to it. I can't wait to see them play. Now remember, the 15th guys, this coming Wednesday, we'll be out at Easy Street about 5 or 5:30. We're kind of floating times.
This Wednesday.
People coming in, coaches, and Nathan's going to be a little later, so he's going to try to come in, let Cedar Bluff go last. He's got an appointment to keep and for the doctor stuff for the baby. Yeah. So prayers with them and the family, make sure everything's going good, just check up stuff, and I hope everything's great with that situation. Talk to all the coaches. They're all excited about it. And we're just going to bring the kids up, boys and girls, and just kind of see how is it kind of going. They're starting to get into region play stuff some, and we're going to kind of see how it's going to kick off for them, you know. And I think the day before, that'd be this Tuesday, I think, Sandrock will be at Spring Garden. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's Tuesday?
Tuesday night. I'll be there at that one for sure. I can't miss that. That's going to be a –
I don't know if I'll have a late practice.
That'll be a great county game.
No, I won't have one, but I tell you this, you coach football or basketball, I don't know, for some reason. Obviously, football's the tougher sport, but basketball seems to wear you out more. And I don't really understand why. You talk to most basketball. Football coaches are wore out, too.
It's just –
but I think it's more more than one game a week stuff. And you usually play 2.
It's a lot. That's what it is.
It's a lot. Yeah, it is.
Football, you practice of the week, you hit 2 days.
And you play on Friday.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You have you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's usually whatever you do, how they rotate it, and then Thursday.
I wouldn't call Thursday a day off, but it could be.
It's a polished day.
Right.
Just polish and walkthroughs, make sure you got everything set in form, and you play. You're off Saturday and Sunday. Well, you coaches go watch film, but it is different.
Yeah. Well, it's condensed. It's just shorter amount of time, and there's just a lot more games, and it.
Especially having more kids.
Yeah, you got more kids. You don't have as many kids to deal with, but you don't have as much help either. No basketball coach has 6 assistants out there with him.
No, it's usually not likely at all.
No.
Well, guys, again, we appreciate you stopping by. It's Matt and Todd Show. Like I said, we're going to cover some bowl picks, and we got to thank our sponsors. Through the year, they've been with us all the way through. Colbert Law Firm, go out there and see Corey, help you in any case, and also Scott Lloyd. He's right there in front of him on Main Street. He does a good job out there. I always enjoy talking to him. Also, J.R. and April McKenzie at Cherokee Eye Clinic. Got your eyes checked, it's the end of the year. Go by there and see them. And also, Warrior Gym. Now, Warrior Gym has come back under the ownership of the landlord owner there, which is Todd, and we have their stuff up on that you could see earlier. New phone numbers, same prices, same place. Just go by there and holler at Todd and get your membership going. And we do appreciate them for sure for all that they do to help the show run and kind of get the kids what they need and that kind of stuff. So, well, we'll carry on into the bowl stuff, Dean. That's just kind of what we do. I'm going to go over here now and go to our podcast.
I'm listening to you, Matt. I'm just looking at it.
All right, let's shout out here to the podcast. What's going on, everybody? Spotify, Applecast. Guys, we do appreciate y'all as always. We wasn't on last week because we did a Sunday lunchtime bowl game special where we watched the bowl picks and see when everybody went. And everybody already knows that by now. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about ACC, where they're playing, the teams they're playing, who we like in those games.
All right.
And I got Joey the Fish's,
Sounds good.
point spreads of who he likes.
Right.
But we may not agree with that, and that's okay. If you don't either, shoot, man, go in there and comment and tell us what y'all think. Come on in there in the comment section. Give us some scores, some games. Let me roll this over here so everybody can see the first pairing of games. Dean, we're going to be talking about
I'm excited about this.
Auburn and Houston are going to tie up. Now, Houston's lost. They lost to Cincinnati 35-20, Dean. What do you think about this game?
Well, is Nick's out?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I've had two people ask me that they thought he might be back.
No.
I don't think so.
He's just now. I did see a podcast yesterday through J-Boy and them on YouTube, and they were talking to him about a 12-team playoff, and we'll get into that. No, he's on crutches right now. Yeah.
I like Auburn in the game. I just don't think I do think it will be a good game, but I don't think Houston's had the type of schedule. Auburn's had one of the toughest schedules in the country. Of course, they played Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Penn State, Georgia. I just think in the end that will. I think in the end they'll prevail.
Yes.
I honestly do. I'm not being a homer. I just think they're better.
Let's say this, Dean. Houston, they're number 8, and they're number 8, Marcus Jones, cornerback. This guy's a nation MVP, special teams extraordinaire, has had 4 touchdowns on special teams, 5 picks in 4 different games. They're going to have a good defensive plan coming here to play against Auburn. Now, let's see here. He's compared to Tavon Austin from 2012. So if you're comparing to him, he's going to play at West Virginia.
Pretty good. Yeah, Austin's fantastic.
Now, Clayton Tune, the QB for Houston's 3,200 yards on the year, 28 touchdowns, 9 picks. He runs about a 70 QBR. I think they can play a good game with him. Auburn's favored by 3.
I think that's about right.
I'm
giving Auburn an edge. I'm not saying it's going to be a beatdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with something like you don't have to give a score pick, guys, and whatever y'all
30-27.
Yeah, 36-24, 36-28. I think Auburn beats them by a touchdown.
I don't think it'll be.
Tank and Hunter's combined 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns. QB play, we know about that. Shiver. Touchdown, Johnson at receiver, and Robertson. Now their defense, McCrary and the Pritchett kid and Simpson.
Of course, you got to go with McClain, who's the. Oh, you're talking about Houston, dude.
No, Auburn.
McClain, 95 tackles, and of course,
Smoke. He's
DBs in the country.
He is.
Or in the conference. I don't know if he's one of the best DBs in the country, but he's definitely one in the conference.
So keep your eyes out for number 8 there, Marcus Jones for Houston. Okay. He's going to make for Feenley, he's going to make a hard day for him.
You think if so goes Jones, so goes Houston, huh?
Yes. Yeah, keep an eye on him. Now, the other game you're looking at up here on your screen is Arkansas and Penn State. They play January 1st, Dean. I'd just like to say, first of all, congrats to Coach Pittman.
Yeah.
What a season. He was our coach of the year.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He didn't get it, but he was out.
They're playing the Outback Bowl in Raymond James Stadium. So, who do you like in this one?
Penn State just looked up and down. Penn State beat Auburn, and then they lost to Illinois. They had Iowa beat. What's Penn State's record?
7-5.
7-5 and 8-4. Oh, man. I guess it depends on. I saw where Traylon Burks had opted out.
Burks, 1,100 yard receiving.
Yeah.
That's detrimental to that. That hurts their win for that game.
I'm going to go on and give my edge to, because of that mostly, but I don't know who's opted out for Penn State.
I don't know.
I'm going to give it just a small edge and a nail biter to Penn State.
Yeah, I can go along with that. Sean Clifford, 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, and Lee and Kane combined for about almost 1,000 yards. Now, their receiver, Dotson, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Wow. Clifford, I like Clifford.
I do too.
He's a good quarterback.
Jefferson's going to finish out with about 2,500. He'd probably throw for 350 in this game. Without Burks.
I like Jefferson, but, Burks is good, man.
I like him, man. I can't believe
1,100 yards. I didn't know he had that many.
Cannot believe he's just not going to play. That's
disheartening. I saw where I got to give my boy some credit. I know I give him a hard time, but Leach really come down and talk some smack against the opting out. He's not a fan.
Well, none of us are neither. We don't. I don't. You're quitting.
Yeah. And it's
pretty much you're quitting on your team. Now that you can say, well, there's certain circumstances and you're quitting.
But more than likely, you're not going to get hurt in that game. More than likely.
You're quitting on the team. I don't like it at all. Now, these younger guys, they don't.
You could get hurt in that game.
You could get hurt in a, what Uncle Lou said, you could be walking down the street and a piano fall on you, too. But
who said that?
Uncle Lou.
Oh.
But that's ridiculous. So, we play the game, and he had a suggestion, which, hashtag Uncle Lou. He's the big Georgia guy. He's got a big YouTube page.
Yeah.
Has for years. He feels like in a NIL deal, if you can get the guys to sign these deals to where they are playing the whole year.
You can pay them.
So when you sign that, you can't opt out of the bowl game. If you opt out of the bowl game, you're breaking the contract. That's how you fix that.
But then they'll be like, it don't matter. I'm going to get a bigger contract anyway. But, yes, that would be an incentive not to do it. There's nothing you can do to these kids.
Really, at the end of the day, there's really nothing. They're quitters, and that's how it's seen. I don't care if Anderson, if he comes out tomorrow and says, I think I'm going to skip a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Klatt and his 12-team playoff thing I did my little locker room reaction to, he suggests that making these 12-team playoffs will bring something to it because kids will have more incentive to play.
Right.
Because you're in the playoffs. You take your top 4 conference champions, and then your runner-ups 5 and 6, and they'll play to get in.
That large team.
So that'll give them some incentive to stay and stop this opting out.
Which there's no way to gauge this, but I wonder what the percentage chance would be of a player not opting out and going on and playing and having a career-ending injury.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't think it would be very high.
No.
Some would argue, well, they could. Well, yeah.
Oh, sure it could. Yeah. You could, like you said, you could have a piano fall on you when you walk out of your house tomorrow.
But these guys played in 11 other games and didn't get hurt, right?
Yeah.
Some of them 12, 13.
Next game here, we'll dash right on in through the SEC. Tax-Slayer Bowl, Dean. A&M versus Wake Forest.
That's going to be a fantastic ball game.
December 31st, guys. You're looking there, 11 o'clock. Tax-Slayer Bowl. Now, Wake Forest, your Hartman guy, throws for 4,000, 36 touchdowns, 14 picks. Perry is his main guy. He's got 14 touchdowns. Robertson's his other guy with 1,008 touchdowns. On defense, you got Smenda Jr. with 76 tackles. Mm-hmm. Now, on the A&M side, Calzada.
He's pretty good.
About 2,150 yards or something like that. Spiller, I don't know if he's not.
Is he playing?
If he's opted out, I don't know. Probably he's 1,000-yard back.
I haven't heard.
Hansford on defense got 90 tackles for A&M. So A&M is favored by a touchdown. So what do you?
I think A&M is better.
I like A&M in this.
I know A&M's lost some games, and they barely lost to LSU. Did Auburn beat A&M? No, A&M beat Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Wake Forest finished 10-3. We know.
Yeah, Pitt smashed them, which Pitt's pretty good.
They are.
But no, I like A&M in that.
I do too. I'd probably say
I think they'll cover the spread.
I do too. That's what I was going to say. Now the next one here that you're looking on your screen, Ole Miss and Baylor, which we picked this one. Sugar Bowl. We got lucky and picked that during the bowl before they come out. January 1st game looks like at 7:45, guys, East Central Time. January 1st, Ole Miss. What about Kiffin? reeling his team in, Dean, for a January 1st bowl. It's amazing.
Too.
That's great.
Lost to Auburn and Alabama.
Which he shouldn't have lost the Auburn game.
No, they played well that game. I mean, Auburn played very well that game. That was a winnable game. But, they beat Arkansas 52-51. They just fought all year. And I don't care what anybody says, Alabama ended up hammering them. But if they'd gotten that fourth down early in the game, that might have been a different ball game. I think Ole Miss is a good team. I do not think that will be a great game. I think it'll be a good game, but I think Ole Miss will handle them. I do think Baylor's good. No disrespect, but I don't see them losing that.
Well, now they're 11-2. Their two losses were to Oklahoma State first time they played, 24-14. They lost to TCU 30-28. Bohannon, 2,100 yards, 17 throws, 6 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Abram Smith, their tailback, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. They got 2,800 passing, 2,700 rushing. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Very balanced team. They are ranked number 7 right now, number 8 Ole Miss. Baylor
good matchup.
is favored by 1.5.
I don't agree with Baylor being favored at all. I'm sorry on that. I would think Ole Miss would be about a 4-point favorite. Well, I think Ole Miss wins that going away.
Well, Matt Corral, he was your People's Champ. He won the, I think, ESPN Quarterback of the Year award, kind of like the People's Heisman, if you want to say that. 3,300 yards, 20 touchdowns, 4 picks. Now Drummond and Sanders were his 2 big hookup guys.
Got a good running game, man.
I don't see what they do, and I'm with you on this one. I like Ole Miss, and I like them big.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I do.
I just don't.
Y'all can take that how you want to.
When I say big, I mean 10 points.
Yeah,
I mean 40.
I want to say 2 touchdowns.
But, I just cannot pick against Ole Miss in that game.
All right, let's see.
Oklahoma State should have beat Baylor in that last game. Or I felt like they should have.
Yes. Let's see here. What we got?
I picked 3 SEC teams. Picked one to lose. I picked Arkansas to lose. So far.
Penn State. And let's see. Next here. What we got on the list? Who you like next? Who have I got here? All right, let's roll this one over to the next team here, Diener.
All right.
Kentucky and Iowa.
Wow.
That's a great game, guys. Look, they're going to play in a January 1st game, so Coach Stoops, what a fantastic job he's done at Kentucky this year.
Job.
Iowa loses out in the Big Ten. Purdue put the stomp on them when they were 2.
I'm going to have to go against Kentucky in this one, though.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kentucky's had a great year. I think they got a good, solid team. But, on the other hand, I just think Iowa's better. You can stop Kentucky's running game, and Iowa's pretty good against the run. I mean, you can't go by Michigan bashing them. Michigan's the number 4 team actually the number 2 team in the country. And Kentucky's just up and down. They're pretty consistent, but they give up big plays to Tennessee. Shouldn't have lost that game. They also lost to Mississippi State. And, of course, they lost to Georgia. But at the end of the day, I just think that Iowa is a better football team. Not by a lot, but what's the spread in that game?
Kentucky's favored by 2.5 right now. That's your Citrus Bowl, January 1st game. Now, Iowa lost to Purdue, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Petrus, quarterback, 1,700 yards. Dean Goodson's had over almost 1,200 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. Defense, let me say this, and I checked 2 places to make sure I was right. Campbell, 126 tackles on the year.
Ooh, that's 10 a game.
So keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah.
It is a big game. Number 15 versus number 22, Kentucky. Now, Levis, your guy, we like him.
Right.
We've been hot on him all year. 23 touchdowns, but he's had 12 picks. He's a little inaccurate sometimes. Rodriguez, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. And Robinson.
What, he had 90-something catches?
This guys.
Transfer. Nebraska transfer.
If you can't, just when you're done here, go look this guy up. I mean, high school and everything. Then running back, you got Smoke, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, from Wetumpka.
I like Kentucky in this one too. I'm gonna take them by. I think they're playing good right now, and Stoops has got them really reeling and rocking. January 1st, they're gonna play about lunchtime.
So
go get you.
You're going with Kentucky. We're splitting on this one. I'm gonna go with Iowa.
I like Kentucky, man. I just think that Big Ten is not what Manny thinks it is. He thinks they're world beaters, and I just don't. That's our good buddy, and we hope he's listening. He probably may watch later, but we just don't agree on that. Now the next one here, the Gasparilla Bowl.
Yeah.
Gasparilla Bowl, December 23rd. It's going to be Christmas Eve. They'll play that night. The Gators versus a rival. I mean, you're talking about UCF Knights. These guys battle over recruits. They're close. When you go to this town and you travel around a little bit, from people that I've listened to on podcasts and stuff, they say that it's split.
Mm-hmm.
There's fans for both sides of this. The Gators are favored by 7.5. UCF 8-4, Dean, and Florida skips in being 6-6.
Big Florida State last game. I like. Is Napier there? Is he already coaching there?
Oh no, he's at Florida.
I mean, is he already at Florida?
Yeah, he come. See what?
He was at Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's going to be at Florida. Coaching change or whatever, I think athletically.
I think they're going to win.
Athlete-wise.
Yeah, I'm picking Florida.
Joey the Fish has them favored by 7.5. Yeah. I'm going to go with Joey the Fish. Yeah. Now, they're UCF, I mean, 1,500 yards passing. Tailback has run for 700-800 yards. Defensively, Bethune. Mm-hmm. We've heard his name called. Guys, y'all keep eye on him. Got 101 tackles on the year.
That's good.
Now, Jones has passed for 25, and he's run for about 700, so lots of stuff going on there. And we'll say Copeland, 600 yards, which he's a no-go. He's not playing. So you can strike that.
I still don't think he's good, but I don't think he's –
I don't get it, man.
I don't think him not playing is going to kill them. I'm going to pick Florida over UCF. In a close one.
I agree. I don't – why?
The only one I don't think is going to be close is Ole Miss and Baylor. That's just – and I don't think it's going to be a rout. You know, I'm talking about more than a touchdown.
Both good offenses, mind coaches. Over-under, what would you like, 70?
On Baylor and Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Probably 70,
65, 70, yeah.
All right, we roll the next one here. Let's see. We're going to have the Tax Act Bowl. LSU and K-State, 7-5.
Gosh, I don't have a clue, man.
LSU's favored by 2.5 in your Tax Act Bowl. They're going to play January the 4th. 2.5, Dean. LSU.
What's LSU's record?
They are 6-6. They skipped in along with the Gators down there.
This is Orgeron's last game. I'm going to have to pick.
I don't know is he coaching that game, because the way I understood it.
Oh, I reckon he is. I think he's there to the end of the year.
See, I seen, when the interview guy come off the field and said, "Coach, can we get a last go Tigers?" Mm-hmm. I just assumed that he was.
I don't know.
Because Kelly's there, Notre Dame. So he's already made an appearance in the basketball. Kelly's going to be on the sideline coaching this game.
Really?
I mean, he's already been in the basketball court announcing and
they did beat Texas A&M in that last game. I think I'm going to give LSU a small edge in that close game. I do like Kansas State. I don't think they're a bad team. I don't ever think they're a bad team.
Well, Thompson's thrown for 1,800, and their running back Vaughn's got 1,250, 15 touchdowns.
But LSU beat Texas A&M that last game.
Davis Price,
rolling.
1,000 yards. Johnson, 2,800 passing, 136 tackles for Clark on LSU.
Yeah, and I don't want to get real into this.
Wow.
But a lot of people were complaining because Will Anderson didn't get invited to the Heisman, and Hutchinson did. What about this cat? 136 tackles, 15 for a loss?
Now
that's awesome.
It is. Now, receiver-wise, Butte, Beach, and Jenkins, all about 500 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 for Beach, Jenkins, 5 touchdowns.
Well, Johnson's coming along. You saw that throw he made at the end of the A&M game.
I agree. Yeah, I like how he's playing. I think he's going to turn out to do good.
I like them in that game.
I do too. Over K-State, I think they're going to play passionate, play excited. The game is at Tax Act Bowl. I'm trying to look, guys. Maybe y'all can see it better than I can.
They don't tell where it's at.
NBC Stadium. NBC Stadium.
Anybody know where that is?
Tax Act Bowl. I bet.
What's the date?
Texas. It says Texas right there. Oh. Okay. So it's going to be in Texas. So it's January 4th. They'll play that night. Play late that night.
I think it could go either way, but I'm going to go with LSU.
I am too. Texas Tech next game will play in the Liberty Bowl against Mississippi State, 7-5. Mississippi State is favored by 7. They lost to Memphis, 31-29. It was a bad loss for Mississippi State, along with the 4 other losses, but that was one that kind of stood out. They let it get away from them. Rogers, 4,400 yards, Dean.
He's good. Mississippi State is playing well. I don't think Texas Tech is that great this year. They're not bad.
6-6. They snuck in.
They snuck in. I don't think they're a terrible team, but I will say that Rogers is on fire, and their defense is pretty good. So, and they're a 7-point favorite. I just think they're better than Texas Tech.
Rogers.
I just simply think they're better.
4,400 yards, 35 touchdowns.
Wow.
8 picks. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I've got to pick. I've got to stick with Big Mike Leach. I'm getting on his side now.
You can't say too much now. Their rushing attack, they had 423 rushing for Johnson, and Marks had 397 with 6 touchdowns.
They've gotten a little better about the running.
Columbi, 1,300 yard passing for Tech. And then that guy Smith threw 6 touchdowns. He also plays some QB also.
Yeah, I think Mississippi State holds on in that one.
Looks like we're being homers. We just gonna pick SEC,
well, I
SEC.
Picked 3 to lose, haven't I? 2. I picked to pick a couple to lose.
Let's see what we got
Pick
rolling
Kentucky
down.
to lose, and who else? Arkansas.
Well, here's 2 games right here. We're gonna roll in 2 of the lower echelon of the SEC. You got North Carolina playing South Carolina.
I'm picking against the SEC there. 110%.
South Carolina is favored 7.5 in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. That will be December 30th, 11:30.
South Carolina's favored?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. There's no way I'm picking against North Carolina.
6-6. North Carolina Tar Heels coming here. Coach Mack Brown lost to Georgia Tech bad, lost to Florida State bad, housed 2,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 9 picks. And Dowdy threw for near 1,000. Tailbacks run for about 500-600. So
they were top 10 in preseason. I just don't think South Carolina. I don't know. I don't understand that spread. I'm going North Carolina all the way. When did South Carolina finish?
6-6. They're the sneaker inners.
And South Carolina come on and did pretty well this year.
I'm not sure how Joey the Fish got 7.5.
No,
I would do.
I would think North Carolina maybe 7.5. Are they playing that bad?
Yeah. Well,
they've got some potential. They scored 58 against Wake Forest.
Well, they just laid a big egg this year. They lost some bad games. North Carolina has. Mack Brown They didn't expect how we had him maybe making a trip to New York. Back in the summer, we thought, hey, this guy. We didn't say he's going to win it, but we had him making a trip to New York for sure.
Well, I'm going to pick them to win that ball game. I cannot. There's no way I can justify South Carolina beating North Carolina.
I'm gonna say they get it done. I think talent wise, maybe they're just a little better. Coaching, it definitely goes to Brown. That's why I'm gonna assume that it's something dumb and close. Either way, somebody's gonna fumble or pick, or it could go either way.
You're picking North Carolina too.
Yeah, I just like them better.
Yeah,
now, if they get in there and fumble and fiddle fart around, South Carolina kicks the field goal at the end of the game, beats them.
Yeah.
That 7.5, man. Joey the Fish is now. They know more than we do about it. Way more.
They do. But,
well, the Armed Forces Bowl. After Army took one on the chin that I watched to Navy. Navy's won like 3 games this year, guys.
I thought Army won that game.
Let's go Army. How do you?
Army didn't win that game yesterday.
I'm pretty sure I watched it. I didn't watch the second half because it was close. You check the score there and see what you have. Army. There shows 8-3, which I'm sure will be 8-4 now.
Somebody said their mic's echoing.
Okay, I'll try to fix that.
Let me see.
Okay, let's roll on here. Army 3,300 rushing for the season. Anderson, your quarterback. Robinson 582 on being a tailback. Buchanan 412. I really like him, boy. He's a real headhunter. Now Missouri, they've lost 6 games. They took a bad loss to Tennessee, 62-24. Now
they did lose to Navy, 17-13. Wow, they were 8-3.
I watched most of that game. Bazaka, 2,500 yards to Missouri, and then Beatty, 1,600 rushing Dove at receiving.
He's at SEC in rushing.
Armed Forces Bowl, 22nd of December.
I'm going with Army, man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go against our SEC also in this one. That's why I knew that one was going to be a bad plug there. But
I was a little shocked that Navy beat them, though.
Yeah, I know. Navy hadn't won many games at all.
They were 3-8, and Army was 8-3. But I think Army wins that. Maybe a close one.
I couldn't see it. I don't understand either how that. I don't know.
That's why you play the game.
I can't understand that at all. The Missouri's not really good. I know. So we're going against our SEC counterparts.
We got to go against them on that.
We're going to get.
We picked 4. I've picked 4. 5-4.
Most of them, that's kind of what we like. And let's see what else we got.
Be more. How many teams are in the SEC? 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 8-4 right now. Going with SEC and 8. 4 losses. We didn't completely homer.
No, you couldn't. Not in these situations right here. And we'll go back to the camera here.
No, we're 7-4.
We're back here on camera. We've been showing the bowls there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can go along with us there and see what y'all think. And now there's some other bowl games Dean's going to run through, and we're going to talk about some. I see off the top of my head.
Let me see here.
Utah and Ohio State.
Utah and Ohio State. That's a good one. Rose Bowl. But, Matt, I just think Ohio State wins that. I don't think that'll even be a real good game. For a while it will. But in the end, I think Ohio State's way too powerful. 500 yards of offense. None of their receivers are opting out, are they? Olave or Wilson or Jigba. They're not. Not that I know of.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Olave is definitely a first-round pick. But I just think they've got too much talent.
I try to listen to podcasts as much as I can to try to see who we got opting in and out on stuff like that. I've
not heard anything about Olave or any of them. I'll go if they play. Yes, I'm going to take Ohio State by 2 touchdowns. What's the spread in that game?
No, I don't have none of that wrote down.
No, okay. In Ohio State. Okay, but I'm sure they're favored.
Let's see.
Utah has had a good year.
Check out.
But, no. You taking Ohio State?
Yes, I'd have to assume so. I mean, Utah's played good. They've had a good run this year, but Ohio State's got too many players. Let's see, Ohio State players.
All right, Matt, what about this one? Oregon and Oklahoma.
That's a really good, very good.
Very good matchup, isn't it?
Yes. I'm reading. Go ahead. Tell us about that one.
Well, Oregon and Oklahoma, they're about their seasons. Oregon beat Ohio State, but lost twice to Utah. They did beat Oregon State, too. Oklahoma nearly lost to a bunch of people, right? Lost to Oklahoma State. And what we echoing bad?
No, I'm reading.
What are you reading?
About the opt-outs.
Oh, okay. Oregon, Oklahoma, I'm going to have to take Oregon.
2 most veteran receivers will be on the receiving end of the passes. Stroud said he has spoken with Chris Olave and Senior Wilson, draft eligible junior, and their pending decisions on whether to play in the game. Both are potential first-round draft picks. It's not uncommon for draft picks non-playoff games to skip bowls ahead of injury to begin their draft workouts. I told them.
We don't know if they've opted out yet, right?
Those 2 are not only OSU underclassmen facing similar decisions. Ryan Day said Sunday he still expected everyone to play, but those receivers are the 2 most potent candidates.
To not play. You're talking about Olave and Wilson?
Yep.
Okay. Well, even if they don't play, I'm still picking Ohio State.
All right, what other ones you got?
Oregon and Oklahoma.
Oregon, Oklahoma.
I would have to. God, that's a tough one.
Well, neither one of them has a coach, so they both have new defensive coaches. One from Clemson and one from Georgia.
I think Oregon's better.
So you fly out 2 defensive coaches. You got Venables from Clemson and Oklahoma, and then your defense guy from Georgia out there. He should be getting settled in probably today.
I think Oregon's better. I'm going to pick up Oregon in that one. Oregon over Oklahoma. I mean, Oregon only lost to, well, they did lose to Stanford early and lost to Utah twice, who's actually ranked pretty high. But they did beat Ohio State. And I think they've got everybody healthy. And I just think they're better than Oklahoma.
If everybody plays, I like Oklahoma just for the quarterback play.
And Williams.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
For the quarterback play, I don't think it's going to be a big defensive game. I don't look for nobody to really stop anybody. Probably not. That's why they brought the coaches in that they brought in.
Matt, we did not talk about every game. Tennessee and Purdue.
Yes. Where did I have them on here? I looked at it a while ago. Let's see. Where is that at? Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Florida. Well, I just looked at it. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Gosh, man, I don't know. Flip a coin.
Because I wrote down the spread on that game.
What's Purdue's record? I know they're number one in the country in basketball.
You see, yeah. LSU, Mississippi State, Texas Tech. I'm pretty sure I wrote down the spread on that. Maybe I'm missing a page. I was pretty sure that Tennessee was favored, and I was a little, kind of surprised. A little. Is that maybe saying?
No. Purdue had a good year. What's Purdue's record?
I don't have that wrote down.
Okay, Tennessee's 7-5. I think Purdue's probably 8-4. Man, that's a toss-up. Flip a coin. I think that's a pick 'em. I think they're dead even.
I just don't have any faith in the Big Ten. Every game I'm gonna pick against the Big Ten every time. I just don't think they're that good. I don't. Michigan. It's like the SEC, where we talking about there's just maybe a team or two is just better than everybody else, but that's not supposed to represent the whole conference to say, well, Alabama and Georgia's good, so that means all the SEC is good. No, it don't. I think Michigan and Ohio State are just better. Michigan just took one on the chin to Michigan. Ohio State did. They lost to them, so that knocked them out of playing for the game. But Iowa's not good. I think Tennessee's really rocking, man. I think
the quarterback's playing good.
Man, they're playing good. Hooker's
good.
Defense is good. I wrote down some stuff on them. Guys with a bunch of tackles. Coach Hitton. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know nothing about Tennessee. Only guy I know on there is Aaron Beasley and Hooker.
What's his name here? Heppel. No, I knew it started with an H.
Heppel. Oh, the quarterback. Oh,
yeah, the coach.
He's done a great job.
Heppel. I like him, man.
I think it'll be a close game. Purdue knocked off Iowa. Purdue can play a little bit.
But Tennessee's not ranked number 1 or 2.
No, that's true, too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're saying they only knocked teams off.
They only beat number 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll go with Tennessee.
Close
one, though. Close.
The only SEC teams I'm really going against will be South Carolina and Missouri.
I'm going to win against Arkansas and Kentucky.
I like Arkansas and Kentucky in their bowl games. I would have to say, besides those two, that they may be the only ones that I expect to not win. Other than that, if they look, I think Arkansas has really played good this year.
They have, but I'm just counting Burke's not being in there.
Well, that's gonna hurt them bad.
He's good.
That's gonna hurt them real bad.
I would think so.
What about any others on there you like?
Yeah, let me get to this right quick. Of course, we got the Final Four, which I don't. Are we going into that?
No, not yet. We're gonna have one more show for the year. We'll have a show next week. Then we'll be off Sunday after Christmas, and we'll come back.
I like this Iowa State Clemson game.
I do too. Yeah, let's talk about that. Iowa State. I'm pretty sure Iowa State was favored by 2.5.
I think I'd have to go with Clemson. Now, Clemson's playing pretty good now.
I just don't know about that.
Clemson beat South Carolina 30-0.
That's one of them rival things, though. It's like the Alabama-Auburn game.
Oh. But I do think that'll be a good game. I'm kind of excited about that. I'd like to see it. And, I picked Clemson. Of course, we had Ohio State possibly winning the Big 12 this year.
Yeah.
We didn't pick them to, but we picked them to second.
Sure, early. Now, Clemson, boy, that's a good one. I have to think about that.
Yeah, you don't have to decide today. I think Clemson holds on and wins that. they're 9-3. You know, Feinbaum pretty much act like they were just worthless and dried up and it's over. But 9-3. You know how that makes me feel? My senior year, the team finished 9-3, and I felt great about it. He's on there talking about how sorry it is.
Yeah, I would have to go experience-wise. Now losing their defensive coach, we're going to see how bad that's going to hurt them. Now Iowa State, you know, we talked about early.
Yeah, they got Hall and Purdy.
Early, I mean, we had them top 10.
We did.
Like our own, when we did a preseason pick, they just fell apart. They were like North Carolina. We had them up there too, and I think everybody did, and they just had a complete disaster.
Yeah, I'm just picking. I think Clemson's playing at a very high level right now. I'm not saying they could be in the playoff like they have been, but I think they've got their kinks worked out, and they're 9-3. I mean, 9-3 is a good season.
Here's a good one. We'll talk about some local stuff. BYU plays UAB in the Radiance Technology Independence Bowl, Saturday, December 18th at 3:30. Hey.
I think that BYU got a very raw deal there. They're ranked number 13 in the country. And they're having to play December the 18th against UAB. I think they beat them to death.
Beat Coach Clark and them pretty bad.
Yeah, I think they beat them 3 touchdowns. BYU's got a good football team. Why they're not in a bigger bowl, I have no idea.
Just their conference, I think. Strength of schedule stuff and who they play.
Yeah, but I mean, Cincinnati's strength of schedule 78th in the country.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they got pushed in last year. See, well, BYU had a good talk last year too. You know, because of their quarterback, old Zach Wilson, which is he's faring fairly well.
He's struggling. Well, they're just. I mean, you gotta look for it. He's not playing on the best team.
No, right? Yeah, the offense it's not really built around him.
And they will be. They will be fine in time. It just takes time.
I like BYU. What about Liberty and versus Eastern Michigan and the Lending Tree Bowl? It's December the 18th. Also, it'll be later on that day.
I like Liberty.
Liberty 5:45.
Mm-hmm. I like Liberty. Liberty. They've gone 7-5 this year. Not as good as they were last year, but I think they're still a strong team. I don't know anything about Eastern Michigan.
No.
You know, a lot of times that's the ones to sneak up on you.
It is.
But, yeah, I'm going to have to stick with Liberty. And Tyron Dupree, 30-something tackles this year.
Yeah, congrats to him. Old Warrior stomping grounds around here at Cherokee County. Oh, I'm really fired up about Tulsa and Old Dominion.
I'm going to pick Tulsa in that one.
See.
Can we bet something on that? What do we bet on that?
Here's another interesting game. It just kind of jumps out there because I like Memphis. The Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, December. They'll play Christmas Day at 2:30, guys. So when you stuff in your faces and opening presents, hey, you can sit on down here and watch Hawaii versus Memphis.
I think that'll be a beat down too.
I like Memphis big.
Yeah, I mean, Hawaii's not even happy with their coach. Their players come out and said they don't want their coach there anymore. Said he threatens them, like with playing time.
Now, what about your Service Pro First Responder Bowl, Air Force in Louisville? That would have been a good game a few years ago.
No idea.
But that and they're two lower-ranked teams. Maybe Air Force breathing off a win over Army. They're feeling confident. They'll go in there and beat Louisville. I wouldn't think so, but
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Kentucky beat Louisville 52-20. And I didn't even pick Kentucky to win their bowl game. So I'm going to have to go with Air Force on that one.
What about
I like the Michigan State Pitt Bowl.
Yes, I want to get to that one too. I wrote down. I thought I just like lost a paper or something because I'm here writing down the scores, who is favored to win these games. It seemed like Pitt was picked to win that game.
Against Michigan State?
Yes.
I think that'll be an excellent game.
I do too. That may be.
I think Michigan State wins, but I think it'll be an excellent
Let's
game.
find where's that game on here at. Michigan State and Pitt. That will be the 30th of December at 7:00. It is that's the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Very close game.
That is a good bowl. That is a really good
matchup.
Really good bowl. What do you think about the quarterback getting invited up for the Heisman?
I like it. He threw for 5,000 yards, man. I mean, he should have been, don't you think?
Absolutely.
He threw for over 4,000.
I mean, the guys he passed Dan Marino.
Yeah. On the career list.
if you can pass Dan Marino, it's got to be worth something. So, him getting invited.
He also did the fake slide against Wake Forest, and they outlawed that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm a little bothered by that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm bothered. I'm bothered because they won't stop throwing kids out for targeting, but we're going to make a ruling on a fake slide like that day. Mm-hmm. Made a ruling, it's fixed. It's a rule today, as of today, but you cannot fix targeting call and throwing kids out of the game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's already done. That's done.
It's ridiculous. I'm tired of.
You're saying you don't buy that they can't fix it.
Yes, that's crap.
They fixed that within days.
That day, I mean, the next day it's like that's a rule. What? I was like, we just talked about it on like Fine Bomb Show or on ESPN yesterday.
I saw the play, and it was so fast. I don't even know how you could call it a fake slide. But I heard a lot of people taking up for him. Said, these guys can't tee off on them anyway. They can't be fake sliding out there. If you're going to let them fake slide, then you got to let them knock the crap out of them.
Yeah, let's stop throwing kids out.
Well, quarterbacks are protected too much. Yes, I'm saying that because I watched the Dallas Cowboys play a little bit today, and this guy pushes Dak Prescott out of bounds. Legal. Well, the lineman comes over and starts fighting him, and they throw him out. They throw the lineman out. They never threw the defensive player out, and announcers, that's just a guy taking up for his quarterback. And I'm like hollering at the TV. I said, it's a legal play. He's not what's he taking up for his quarterback for? Do you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't even a lay hit. So let's just give them all. Just let them fake slide. Let them whatever. Just don't ever hit them.
Yeah, we got to fix this. We got to fix this throwing kids out of the game. That's got to.
But they threw that lineman out for fighting. They did not throw the defensive player out.
What about another close by team? We had some players from around here that's piddled around up there in Middle Tennessee. They played Toledo. It's your first game on the list.
I have no idea.
The Bahama Bowl. We're gonna go with our local team. I will. Middle Tennessee. I don't.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina. They were really in rocking for a while.
I'm picking Coastal Carolina to lose.
Yeah, they play Northern Illinois in the Cure Bowl. It would be the December 17th at 6.
And there have been rumors that Trine's running back, who Cedar Bluff played against this year, may be going to Northern Illinois.
How about that?
Yeah. He had 2,600 yards this year.
New Mexico Bowl, Fresno State. UTEP's played good. December 18th at 2:15.
I'm picking Fresno.
Oh, really?
All the way. Yes, sir.
I'll pick UTEP.
Early in the year.
I like UTEP. Roadrunners. They're undefeated, ain't they?
No, you think about Texas San Antonio.
Oh, I thought it was UTEP.
That's UTSA.
Oh, UTSA. Okay, yeah. Got you. And we talked about Liberty. Utah State and Oregon State, we hadn't seen them play a whole lot.
Oregon State nearly beat Oregon.
Marshall and Louisiana, Raging Cajuns, which lost their coach, and Marshall being the team that they are, they play in the RL Carriers Bowl 18th.
I'm picking Louisiana.
The Raging Cajuns, we got their sign up, Dean. I mean, we got to pick them.
What are we
supposed to do
there? If
they
played Alabama, we got to pick them. Well, their signs up.
So what? Probably out of all these, and we don't have to go. Of course, now we know the big games that'll be, into January. Alabama plays Cincinnati. Georgia plays Michigan. So to kind of wrap things up here in the last few minutes, number one, I already did a spiel on the SEC bias, so I'm not going to get fired up about that again. But Sam Macho just running off at the mouth, just trying to make clickbait to talk about something. He said that with the players and the Southeastern Conference, because they have the top-ranked teams, that means that the whole conference is good, and that's not true. Right. Nobody said that. So, to assume that everybody's good because Georgia and Alabama's good is not what anybody's saying. And I'll just wrap it up with this. I already did a 15-minute spiel on it, and it kind of got aggravated. I'll just say the NFL knows more, and in the past, since 2012, 2007, if I'm correct, the SEC has had the most NFL draft picks. So we're talking about 12 to 15 years, guys.
Right.
So don't tell me that the SEC is not better. And they're better because, well, the media props them up. And
that's what I've heard.
What's the excuse that the media can't build up a player to make better tackles. The media can't build up a player to throw for more touchdowns. The media can't build up a running back to be faster than anybody else and have more touchdowns and be.
Well, they're saying they glamorize the SEC to where the players want to go there.
Well, you don't have to. That's just where they're at because they live around here.
Because they didn't used to do that.
Well, I know. Well, we used to not do a lot of things. Yeah, because it was.
90s. I mean, the SEC was good then. I don't want to hear that. Somebody's trying to tell me they were garbage then. No, they were not. The SEC was not garbage in the 1980s. Those teams were very good.
It was ran by people playing out in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. Because Florida State was on runs back then. Yeah. Miami Hurricanes was on runs.
Miami dominated the 80s. Oakland wasn't bad in the 80s. Auburn was great in the 80s. Tennessee was very good in the 90s. Florida great in the 90s. I mean, no, that's SEC. The SEC has never just been I can't say the word, sorry conference.
There's been times where they hadn't been quality. We know. But I'm going to say there's no reason for the media to try to prop them up to say that kids just want to come out here because that's who ESPN talks about. Well, the facts are that's just how it is. That's just where the good players are at. Because if you do it by geographically, the better players are in Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia. I'll tell you what.
Georgia, Florida, Louisiana. Actually, probably not Alabama.
No.
But
since we're just going to say that the SEC is just a big joke and the media pushes their bias on them and whatever, I would suggest that you would go back, whoever is listening, go on YouTube and watch some games that we just watched, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Watch the Georgia High School Championship games. Guys, let me tell you, I've watched 3 of them this week. On an average, each team
what we got going on here, guys?
Each team has 12, at least 12 Division I commits, not offers. Go and watch these games, and you can see.
We got a scratcher here.
He's cracking me up.
He's funny.
Sorry.
He usually takes it easy. You know when a dog gets itchy.
You got to read the right spot.
Yeah. He found it.
So each team of these in Georgia, they're great. These high school players, you got the kids run all over the place. Every time I heard a tackle made, it was this guy's going to LSU, this guy's going to Georgia, this guy's
going out of the SEC.
This guy's going to Alabama. Well, this guy's going to Georgia Tech. This guy's Clemson commit.
Yeah, a lot of Clemson.
And some of the 2 or 3 stars are smaller colleges. Guys, so you can say that it's biased and it's all crap and it's all set up by the media. Just say whatever you want to, whatever makes you feel good because your conference has not been legit in the past 25 years, whatever makes you feel good. The fact is, in the past 15 years, the SEC has won the national championships, and they win them on the field. Right. I don't know how, if it's biased to get them there, then it must be pretty big because everybody's in on it. So you're telling me, you people out there, Acho, some of our friends that are Big Ten people, tell me, Dean, they're all in on it together. The refs, all the ADs, the commissioners, everywhere. They're all in on it.
Right. They would have to be.
That's impossible. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist.
That's not how it works. That's ridiculous to think that.
I think Hitler died in 1945. I mean, I'm just saying I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
It's just, it don't make, you can't logically say, you can't, there's only, what evidence do they have of that? Because they won?
Well, it's like somebody told me not long ago. They said college football fans are getting sick of seeing the 2 SEC teams in the finals.
Well, win. Go.
And that's all I said. Well, I mean, Michigan's got a chance and Cincinnati's got a chance to beat.
And I'll tell you this. Here's another point. Let me lay this out, and we got to move on because I'm going to get – I say I'm getting aggravated.
All right. 2 more minutes.
All right, let's do this. Since we've been talking about bowl games, and I picked against South Carolina to lose, and I picked against Missouri to lose. Those are the bottom rung of the SEC. So why don't we do this? Let's take a 3rd and 4th place Big Ten team, such as Michigan State. And who's Michigan State playing in a bowl game?
Pitt.
They're playing Pitt. and Pitt. We'll use them too, since it's just a big bias against everything. It's all a big movie scene. It's all green screen. It's fake. We live in the simulation because it's all about SEC.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, people listening, honestly. Now we're joking aside, that you're going to pick, say, a Michigan State over Ole Miss or Iowa. Do you like Iowa? I'll use them since they were runner-up. Well,
I think Iowa could beat Ole Miss. I would have to pick Ole Miss.
Okay. Now, who else out there would? But who else is going to pick them? Joey the Fish is picking Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they're better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's take some other teams. We'll take Pitt. And they finished in their conference, and we know what they're yes. So we'll pick them, and we'll say they match up against. Pick somebody, Dean. Somebody from SEC.
Texas A&M.
Okay. Who do we like in that game?
Can beat them. I don't think Pitt may win, but it's not going to be easy.
But Pitt's probably going to not beat them. Joey the Fish is going to pick A&M by 7.5. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to. You see what I'm saying? So we take your high tiers. We beat them. Mm-hmm. We'll take middle of the roads and face middle of the roads. Now we'll take your bad team. So let's take a bad team. Eastern Michigan. Mm-hmm. Eastern Michigan versus LSU. Mm-hmm. LSU 6-6. Mm-hmm. Who likes? I mean, give me a team, a Big Ten, a lower, however.
Big Ten, Indiana.
Okay, Indiana versus LSU. And I don't think it's even going to be close. All right, we'll take Mississippi State and make another Big Ten team.
It's not very. Let me think here. Illinois.
All right, Illinois and Mississippi State. Who you like?
Mississippi State.
Okay. Now, guys, podcast people, Spotify world, y'all are all listening. Who do you think is going to be favored in any of those games? Mm-hmm. It ain't going to be the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. So you take a middle of the road like
Now you take Ohio State and play them against Tennessee. I'm going to take Ohio State.
I would too.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. You're
all right,
saying
we'll take
middle of the road versus middle of the road.
Take Tennessee versus Oregon. They were kind of the runner-ups out there.
No, I actually think Oregon.
Now you like Oregon.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take Oregon State versus.
You're talking middle of the pack versus Tennessee. No, I'll take Tennessee.
Who would be?
Who's middle of the pack in the U.S.?
The Pac-10.
UCLA, USC, Oregon State, Cal, maybe.
All right, let's Cal versus South Carolina. See, I mean, but first thought, I did too. I'm like, well, I don't know. It shouldn't be that way because there's an SEC bias. So you should think, well, Cal's going to beat US.
I wouldn't think.
No, they might beat them, but I don't know if Joey the Fish. They'd probably have South Carolina.
Sit here and laugh.
No, I ain't got a shot. Joey the Fish favors South Carolina by 2.5. I'd just bet on it.
Yeah,
they would. Yeah. So whoever you are, Ohio State fans and the other fans of your team that's just not been relevant in 20 years, you have no legitimate argument to say that there's a bias. You have none. Well, they keep putting them up there, and the TV makes everybody want to come there. That's where the players are. So, leading into that, Dean, tell us about Georgia State High School state championship games, because this is going to tell you now, guys, all these teams he's telling you, each of these teams have at least 10 to 15 players that are going to play Division I football.
All right, I'm just naming, and I'll give a little tidbit on one team. Brooks County, Georgia won 1A. In 2A, Thomasville, where Charlie Ward played. You remember Charlie Ward? They beat Fitzgerald, won 2A. 3A, Cedar Grove won it, 56-26. That's pretty impressive. 4A, Benedictine beat Carver Columbus, who actually only beat Cedartown by a point.
I watched that game. That was fantastic.
They're loaded. 5A, now this is the one I was going to go in depth on a little bit. Warner Robins beat Calhoun 38-14. Calhoun's ninth trip since 2005. But they beat them 38-14. Fred Perry had 233 yards. Now let me tell you something about Fred Perry.
Now Calhoun moved up to play 5A this year before.
They used to play too. Fred Perry rushed for 233 yards in the state championship game. Do you think he was their starting running back after 7 weeks? No. Their running back went out after game 7. That's the kind of athletes you're dealing with. They gained 6,900 yards. 6,900 yards as a team this year. That's 5A, 6A Buford, 21-20. Matt said Langston Hughes. That's who they beat. They said they were loaded.
This Langston Hughes team, Dean. Now they lost by 1 right there. They tried to kick the field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
They have a Bunn kid, Isaiah Bunn, I think is right.
Mm-hmm.
He had a commitment to. He had committed to. Alabama was on his list.
Right.
Broke his leg. Now he's Georgia Tech. That's why I made the comment on my post. Somebody please go talk to this kid from Alabama. Somebody, Josh Hampton, if you're listening,
Right.
go poke Coach Saban. Something say, hey man, there's a guy down there. It's Langston Hughes over at Georgia.
I don't even know where that's at.
They're good.
Never heard of them.
Both these
I've heard
teams.
Langston Hughes, but I've never heard the school.
They're good. Buford, guys. Buford is one.
Oh God, they won 8 or 9, haven't they?
Yeah, in the past, I think they give 15-year spans, and it was like 8 or 9 in 15 years. So,
Collins Hill won 7.
um,
Collins Hill's out of Atlanta. A lot of these schools are out of Atlanta, but all of them not.
Milton
Robbins is South Georgia. Thomasville, South Georgia.
Milton just couldn't score. I watched a lot of that. They just couldn't move the ball. Warner Robbins, who they play Calhoun.
Warner Robbins played Calhoun.
Now, bless Calhoun because they've just moved up. It's kind of like it's like
Calhoun was playing 2A 5 years ago.
it'd be like Cedar Bluff playing center in like 3 or 4 years from now.
Yeah.
And being competitive in it as well. They had the start of the game bad. They had two
fumble. Didn't they have a fumble return for a touchdown?
first 2 punts, snaps in the hand of the punter. He dropped both of them. So you're giving Warner Robbins the ball like the 10 both times. So it went 14-0 like that.
Well, I heard an interesting stat in the last 2 years against Carterville and Calhoun, who we know are loaded with talent. Warner Robbins has beat them by a score in 8 quarters of 100-40. 100-40. They scored 62 last year, 38 this year.
That's why what we're telling you, this other case we made about SEC bias, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the Georgia State championship games.
Yeah, Florida, they say they don't have nothing compared to Florida. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, go to Florida. Go Mississippi.
Mississippi's loaded with talent.
At the Thompson game, we covered those around here. We went to those games. They did have to forfeit their state championship due to player ineligible something other. But still, they're one of the best high school football teams. I would love to see. All right, guys, if you're listening on podcasts, we're fixing to have to jump them off. We're going to be on an hour. Spotify and Applecast, we appreciate y'all. Guys, let's see if we can get some kind of paper going. Mm-hmm. Dean, I want to see Thompson play Warner Robin. Could that happen?
Yeah.
What about
ain't that far from each other?
What about Buford? Since being a little.
Yeah, I'd love to see some of that stuff.
Is Buford more level to Thompson? I mean, size wise.
I'm trying to think what a 5A is in Georgia.
It's got to be bigger than a 7A.
That would
here.
be a 7A here.
Easy.
So Buford and Warner Robbins would be 7As here. I don't know. I don't think Thompson could beat Warner Robbins. They might could beat Buford. I know that sounds stupid.
I don't think so. I'm telling you.
I don't. They might not could beat either one of them. I don't think Warner Robbins.
Let's line that up. Thompson versus Warner Robbins. Let's open the year off next year, 2022, Warner Robbins versus Thompson. Let's get the petition started today.
Well, you know, Hoover's very great program. Had played Colquitt County when they were loaded, and they did not beat them.
And their coach is over at Gainesville now.
Yeah.
They didn't have a great year over at Gainesville. Had a decent year, 8-4 or something.
Yeah.
Had a decent year.
Of course, that's where Deshaun Watson and Blake Sims played.
So they've not been successful since 12 or 13.
Yeah,
I think,
probably
something like
Watson.
Yeah, so he's going to be over there coaching. So we're looking for a spot to fill the spot at Hoover. I don't know who it's going to be. We've heard a lot of different names fly around. Some name told me Steve Smith that night, which I did talk to Steve last night at the center basketball game. Congratulated him on the thumb win. I said, Coach, you must just really want to make sure people are vested in Piedmont because everybody there had about 3 heart attacks that game.
No,
Just the way it went down at halftime, and my son's calling me, and Dean's asking me what's going on, and we're just like, well, Steve and Coach James there, they'll figure it out. Fantastic group of coaches over. Congratulations again to them. Just couldn't believe it.
No, I know. It's unreal.
And realignments, I can say this real quick. It's not official. We're assuming Spring Garden will go to 1A, Fife will go back 2, Gadsden City will be 6, and Center should be able to stay up here north and play teams like Jacksonville.
Right, instead of having to travel south.
Aniana,
Had to play the
Etowah,
state champion in the second round.
Aniana, those teams. And Asheville.
And I will say this about Center, and I'm giving props to them. Aniana did no better in the state championship game against Figert than Center did.
Nope. Them guys are loaded.
Yeah.
All right, Applecast guys, we'll check y'all later. We're going to get off here. And anyway, so that's kind of some realignments. We don't now. Probably this week, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, we'll start seeing some where they're going to be laid out. Now we would assume Spring Garden would come back in regional Cedar Bluff if Cedar Bluff was to get rid of Woodville or something, maybe.
Right. I've heard some crazy stuff.
We heard rumors too that Addison was going to come
Meek.
that region, so you could get Meek and Addison.
Sometimes when they realign them regions, it's like they don't even think.
Well, you have to.
Why are you going to make somebody travel to Addison?
You have to put it in some kind of because they're going to get rid of Summerton out of that region with Cedar Bluff. So it's just 1A's just got some bad guys, especially North. They ain't nobody from the North. I don't know if nobody from the North will ever win state championship. Mm-hmm. Is that too much for me to say that?
Probably not. They haven't in a while.
I just don't know. don't.
Pickens.
Yeah, but they play like a South team, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're in Tuscaloosa, down there on the Mississippi. Give me the
Yeah. I'll let our other partner out. That's Joey the Fish.
That's our. Well, he's our helper. He's going to get some news for us right now.
And we'll have breaking news. That's why you hit the subscribe button. So that's some realignment stuff. We talked about Georgia. We talked about all the bowl games. And so
quickly, Matt.
Yes, please. What else you got?
Oh, just Alabama beat Houston 83-82.
Oh, yeah, basketball.
Remain in the top 10.
Yes.
Kentucky was in the top 10 but lost to Notre Dame, just their second loss, but that won't drop them too far. And Tennessee stays in the top 25. That's the top. That's the best teams in the SEC right now, which we were told that would be.
It's like the 14th, Tuesday, Auburn will play North Alabama. Alabama will play Memphis. That'll be interesting.
Good game. Mm-hmm.
And last week, Texas Tech beat Tennessee. And the 12th also, you'll have the Gators be playing Maryland. And South Carolina did win by 1 over Florida State, Dean.
Oh.
Heck of a game right there. And we also need to mention JSU. The JSU Gamecock basketball, they have lost to South Alabama 74-64, and they lost to VCU 66-52. They'll play LaGrange, looks like next. They will play them tomorrow. So if anybody's out that way, I believe you can go in there at Jacksonville, get in down there.
Uh-huh.
They'll play FIU later, and then they'll have Alabama. They'll play them Saturday. I think they play them Saturday. So that's kind of run around some of the basketball and what we got going on here. And guys, it's been another successful show, and I don't know if we could we barely made it through, Dean. We got all the bowl games cut down.
Yeah, I'm excited about the bowl, to be honest with you.
Now remember, Wednesday media days, be at Easy Street. Come up about 5, get you something to eat, and sit around and holler at
I'll be over there about 5:15.
Holler at the kids and talk to the coaches, and we'll be giving away autographs and stuff like that. Coaches,
$5.
Kids will be doing autographs, and so.
Hey, I bought a $5. You remember Junkyard Dog, don't you?
Oh yeah.
He was doing autographs at Walmart in Rome one time, and I got his autograph for $5. He passed away.
Yes.
I don't know when. It may have been a while, but he did pass away. Yeah, Junkyard Dog. That was exciting to me.
I liked him. He's always he's a real humble guy.
Yeah.
Real worker of the ring.
But he was at Walmart in Rome, and I thought that was a big deal. Heck, I was 19. And I'm like, or 20. And I'm like, hey, Junkyard Dog, how much for an autograph? $5. All right.
Yeah, he was just bad health, and he was trying to make it, trying to figure out a way to get by.
But that's what we'll be charging.
Yeah. No, we're kidding. But, don't forget, Wednesday, Y'all come out and talk to the kids and the coaches and support the county. Be a good time, and we'll sit up there on the stage and let them have their talk. And Roy and Shannon and Joey will be there. I'm pretty sure.
Not Joey the fish, Joey Weaver, right?
Yes,
Joey Weaver.
And I'm sure Bo and Reggie, Average Joes, I'm sure they'll show up.
And I want to mention a friend of ours, Brent Hutchins. His son was honored today by Twin Bridges Golf Course for a golfing award for under 12. It's called the Isaac Award. It's actually for participation, not a participation trophy. It's actually for showing a very enthusiastic love for the game.
Jesse's good now. Jesse works hard at what he does, and he does a good job.
He was given that award today, so we're proud of him. And one other thing I want to fix here, Matt, while we're on here. Earlier in the week, I put a meme on of a Cincinnati player saying that I don't think Bama can play with us, and I don't think Young will throw for 20 yards. That was a joke. I know some people shared it and
I've seen that.
Said, I can't believe he said this.
No, that's a joke. Ain't nobody saying that.
No, nobody. But, they're going to come out with something that somebody said. And he did not say that, guys.
They do have a good corner. That kid's fantastic. He's won awards.
I've heard that. He won the Thorpe Award.
So, and Jim Thorpe, to me, now this is just my personal.
Locked on Williams.
This is just my personal opinion. The Thorpe Award is, to me, is up there with the Heisman. And if you just don't believe it, just go look up some old videos of Jim Thorpe and you tell me what kind of athlete he was. This guy could do, I don't even know why, it's like it's kind of downgrading him to even give it to a guy for being the best corner. Jim Thorpe could do anything. Run, jump, throw, catch, kick. Guys, just go look at his stories is a little more amazing than Steve Spurrier's. If you want another amazing story,
Steve Spurrier was a super athlete.
Dude, it took his high school team to semis in baseball, won state or almost did, missed the last shot in basketball. And won it in football.
He's all state in all three sports.
Yes. And he won the Heisman for kicking a field goal at Florida to beat Auburn.
While he was their quarterback.
Yes. I'm just telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah. And he wasn't bad in the pros, I come to find out. He was not a long-term quarterback, but he did okay in the pros. He was mostly a backup, but not bad. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, just those are interesting guys. So we're gonna get off here and go watch Yellowstone, guys. I'm hungry. I'm hungry too. Well, with another successful show, guys. We'll be on again next week, and we will be on the 19th of Sunday.
We'll be on the 26th.
Right. We'll take that time off, and y'all enjoy time with your families and watch bowl games and eat a lot, and then we'll be back on January the 2nd, which we'll have plenty to talk about January 2nd coming back. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Because January 1st games will be the day before that Saturday. And then we can have a show just on county basketball and the game coming January 10th. So we can have plenty of that to talk about because we'll have all these other games will be done. I mean, semis and stuff are going to be done December 31st when Georgia, Michigan, and Bama play. So we'll have a lot to talk about January 2nd. We'll know who's going to be playing the 10th. So we'll have a lot to talk about coming back. So come back here with us next week, guys, on YouTube and all our podcast people.
Have a good week.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. It's going to be cool this week. Plus, be pretty, though. So enjoy the rest of your week, and y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God.
Have a good week.
All right.
Get the bowling Saturday.
We'll get her done. All right, see y'all Wednesday, Daisy Street. All right, peace.